It's Heightening Headlines, Improvising the News, the Improv Comedy News Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Heightening Headlines, Improvising the News, the Improv Comedy News Podcast, hosted by me, Alec Shea, and I am here with my guest host,
Nicholas Shaw.
Yes, Nicholas Shaw. Would you like to tell everyone a little bit about you and what you do?
Well, I live in Vienna. I am German, British, and I'm a chemist, which qualifies me for various things, none of which are relevant.
But probably chemistric in nature.
Chemistric in nature, yes. Especially interpersonal chemistry.
Oh. Is there a pharmacy for relationships?
I wish. It's alcohol, but other than that, yeah.
Alcohol, the pharmacy of relationships.
Yeah.
There's an advertising campaign in there that I think we need to pitch.
Absolutely.
We need to pitch to someone. If you own a beer company and you want to buy the rights to this commercial campaign, contact us below. Yeah. So, we have a very interesting article today.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to read this.
So, do I open this now?
Yes. I've almost already forgotten what it was.
Well,
yes.
I'm going to read out the title, which is called Australian Cockroach Kingpin Caught with 100,000 Illegal Insects in Record Bug Bust.
Yes.
Funny detail. This actually made Austrian news.
Did it?
I read it. I actually read a blurb on it on the Austrian website, Der Standard. And they mentioned it, yeah. So I actually know what this is about.
So this is like international level of, because I don't know what the scale is, right? Like if there's a cocaine bust, right?
Yeah.
If it's like 100 grams, I don't know if that's a lot, but if I'm hearing about a cocaine bust in another country and they're giving me a number, then that probably tells me that it's so much that they bothered to let people in other countries know how much it was.
Well, the monetary value doesn't sound that huge. They said like 200,000 Australian dollars.
Well, I think that's a sign that we probably need to start reading the article. But I'm very interested to find out because 100,000 bugs sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
But also, like the plague of locusts. That could have been 100,000 bugs.
I think it was probably a lot more.
Doesn't sound like that much when you put it that way.
I think for the plague of locusts, you need like a couple million, maybe more than that.
So what makes these 100,000 so special? More than 100,000 live cockroaches illegal to keep in Australia were confiscated from a single breeder in the country's largest ever seizure of exotic invertebrates, officials said Friday. The haul of Madagascar hissing cockroaches and dubia cockroaches worth 200,000 Australian dollars or 142,000 American dollars was seized in May from a commercial breeder in the city of Bathurst in New South Wales state. According to Australia's Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water. The Madagascar hissing species is one of the world's biggest cockroaches, measuring 2 to 3 inches or 5 to 8 centimeters in length. That is really big. Photos released by the department showed a shiny brown invertebrate larger than a person's finger. It's much bigger than the country's common Australian cockroach, which measures between 0.9 and 1.4 inches, or 2.3 to 3.6 centimeters long. Cockroaches flourish in Australia due to subtropical climates, and the country is home to hundreds of species. I've only been to, what's the city called? Dubbo. Like once since being an adult. And the only thing I remember about that city is that all of the sidewalks, like everywhere we walked when we went outside, covered in cockroaches.
You don't want to go barefoot there.
No. So shout out to Dubbo.
Unless you want to scrape off a snack off the sole of your feet when you get home.
That is true. Not hard to find a snack. Maybe not the best one.
It depends on what they eat.
Bathurst snake catcher Stephanie Lesser told the Australian Broadcasting Corp that the larger exotic species were likely being sold as a cost-effective reptile food because their large size meant fewer insects were needed. Officials urged pet owners to seek out crickets or wood roaches to feed their lizards instead. Both Madagascar hissing and dubia cockroaches are illegal to import into Australia. They can't be legally kept, bred, or sold no matter how they were obtained, the department said in a statement. It's kind of interesting. This article sounds like crazy. It's like, oh, big 100,000 giant cockroach bug bust. But then the reason behind it sounds kind of innocent. It's like, oh, we just wanted some like larger serving size pet food for people with reptile pets.
I just had a thought that basically these things are so huge that you cannot eat them in a single bite.
Is that a challenge?
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, if you have to like take multiple bites out of a cockroach,
What would be the downside of taking multiple bites out of a cockroach?
I don't know, to be honest.
It's more just that you never thought you would have to consider that
like
it would be a
like
possibility.
They're like this, so you're just like, I mean, even in your common reptile, whatever, I don't know what the common pet reptile would be, like a...
Probably I want to say a gecko, but I feel like a gecko would be
is
too
like
small.
this.
Probably some kind of snake would be my guess.
Oh, okay, yeah. But like, yeah. Do they have teeth?
The cockroaches?
No, the reptiles. They might not.
Some
of them don't, like these.
Maybe
I don't know.
not.
What are they called? These, they're kind of big. What are they? My
a reptile that's kind of big. That's not a lizard.
That's not a crocodile.
Not a crocodile.
In between gecko and crocodile.
A lizard. Does it have legs?
Yeah.
It's probably some kind of lizard. Iguana.
Yeah, that something like that.
Yeah. Iguana. People do keep iguanas as pets.
Yeah. So
in The Simpsons, Marge's sister, one of them has a pet iguana.
That's very useful knowledge to have.
I'm full of Simpsons facts. It's not the first time I've brought up The Simpsons.
I'm sure you impress. I'm sure you're
It's my greatest party trick.
Yeah.
So, there's only a little bit left, so I'll finish the article. Australia has strict biosecurity controls at its borders to protect its agriculture and horticulture sectors and native wildlife from pet infestations. Those smuggling in undeclared or illegal animal, insect, or plant material can be fined thousands of dollars. Exotic cockroaches, quote, have not been subject to environmental risk assessment, unquote, and they could spread disease or harm native wildlife, the statement said. Officials warned of prosecutions against those caught with invertebrates. A spokesperson said charges weren't laid against the Bathurst breeder. The cockroaches seized would be euthanized, the department has said. They're going to kill all the cockroaches.
Such a waste.
Who's the real roach, I ask you? Those just trying to be food, or those trying to take away the food?
Well, when you trying to be food?
Yeah, the cockroaches are trying to be the food. And then these people are coming in and euthanizing the cockroaches, taking away the food from the reptiles. Who's wrong here? The people who just want to be food, or the people... I mean, they're not people, they're cockroaches. The cockroaches that just want to be food, or the people that are taking away their lives?
The whole idea of... when you have to kill massive amounts of breed animals, which have been, raised to normally as food for various other animals, like humans. And sometimes you have to kill a lot of them, and it sounds very wasteful and not really nice.
It also kind of makes me wonder if they're going to do it like when you pop bubble wrap? They're just going to
do them one by one?
One by one with their fingers.
This has taken the expected turn, to be honest.
The expected turn.
Well, yeah, when you talk about, they're going to take 100,000 cockroaches away from someone and kill them, then you expect this conversation to end in something like this. Right?
Yes, I suppose. We need to do some improv at some point, and I'm actually quite inspired by the idea
Yes,
of
it's going to be a lot of...
being
yes.
2 employees who are just popping cockroaches.
I think so. I think that would be a great...
Just another day on the job, eh, Mikey?
Yeah, Fred. Do you ever find yourself looking for meaning in your work?
All the time, Mikey. Sometimes it's like, am I squishing the roaches or the roaches squishing me, you know?
Deep down inside, I think they're squishing us.
Metaphorically, yeah.
Even though when I squish a roach, I can make the little head fly off. We should do a contest.
Whoa. You can make the head fly off. It's almost like you can take the work and send it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let's have a competition.
That seems like an extra big one.
Oh, sorry, Sarah.
I think that cut her right across the face.
Oh, dear. Yeah. Shame we don't have insurance at this job.
Yeah, this is a minimum pay minus something job. But it's also...
Minimum pay minus... It's like they
Minimum
take
wage
minimum wage
yes,
and
exactly.
then minus some money off.
Exactly.
How is that
feel
legal?
Like it probably isn't, just like these cockroaches.
Just like these cockroaches. No.
I'm waiting for someone to come and squish us.
I think they already are, Mikey. I think this company is squishing us.
Yeah.
Slowly. Emotionally. You can only squish so many cockroaches before you start to realize. Are we all just goo inside?
Probably.
Probably
I find
all
myself
just goo inside.
I find myself dreaming about this at night.
That you're goo?
That I'm a cockroach being squished.
Do you know that caterpillars, when they go into the cocoon, before they become a butterfly, they turn into goo?
I did not know that.
Maybe. Mikey, maybe we need to become goo.
To become butterflies?
To become butterflies.
To become butterflies?
We need to become butterflies, but to do that, we need to become goo. And then we can have our heads shoot off into a new direction.
I'm finding this a bit hard.
The fuck are you doing, Mike?
I'm trying to shoot my head off into some
You're
direction.
trying to shoot your head off into...
Yeah.
Mikey, it was a metaphor. You would die if we shot your head off. I want your head to go in a different direction mentally, not physically. I just want you to... I want to think outside the box. I want to think outside the goo.
Doing.
Oh, sorry.
Like, I don't know, like, literally, if I shoot my head off somewhere, I'm literally thinking outside of the box, you know? The box.
That sound that your head made was very different to what I was expecting. Maybe your head is more outside the box than I thought.
Maybe.
Maybe the butterflies were inside us all along.
Probably.
I mean, there's no butterfly inside this cockroach.
No, not.
But
can you imagine? Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And it's crunchy.
What could I imagine, Mikey?
Eating cockroaches every day.
Yeah. I could imagine that, Mikey.
That's probably better than what we can afford on our minimum wage minus
minimum wage minus job.
Yes.
We actually pay them to work here.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe we should take some of these home. Just pretend that we're squishing them and actually take them home.
Just fill up a bag?
Yeah.
Run away?
No, we don't run away. We just fill up our pockets and bags and whatever and just go. After
Like people
In the
that are
evening, yeah.
people that are at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and they just want to take as much advantage of it as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they might. Well, if someone finds out, then they might send us to kill our roaches.
Well, I mean, if we have to kill the roaches, we know what to do.
Exactly.
We consume them. Feed on their power to become more powerful ourselves.
And become butterflies, finally.
Finally become butterflies. I'm with you, Mikey. Let's steal these roaches.
Let's steal these roaches.
Scene.
Yeah, I can see that.
That was a very, very sweet, wholesome pair of colleagues in a very dystopian world.
It's a little bit dystopian. But, like, is it more dystopian than putting them in boxes and gassing them with CO2?
I think it is because you are paying people to do it.
You're still paying someone to gas them.
This is true, but you're paying less people. But also,
You're paying less people to kill more roaches.
One of the most dystopian parts of that scene was just the fact that we were working on minimum wage minus at a job that we hated.
It's kind of realistic, though, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Like,
I did a job recently, actually, that
minimum wage minus.
In a sense, I wanted to do it to help out a friend, but I also didn't get refunded a thing that I paid for after I offered to help. So I actually technically ended up doing work for them that I also paid them to do.
Well, you can think of yourself as a better human now. At least for that job. For the crushing cockroaches, maybe. I don't know.
Are you saying I could think of myself as...
Yeah, you've become a better human because you helped out a friend and... I don't know.
So it's almost like I've become a butterfly.
Possibly. Do you feel free?
I feel the wind beneath my wings.
Yeah. And now I was thinking about the geometry of butterflies flying and how much wind they feel beneath their wings, and like, aren't they like more or less vertical? So they don't really feel the wind beneath their wings that much. Maybe they feel it like around their wings.
And that's our show.
Okay, thank you very much.
I didn't have the answer to that question, so it's time to finish. Thank you for joining us, Nicholas. Anything you would
My
like
pleasure.
to shout out? Anything cool happening in the Vienna improv scene?
In the Vienna improv scene.
Anything
no, but
cool
like,
you're doing personally?
We're a little far away. But if anybody's coming to the Prague Improv Extravaganza in July, that's where our group, Still Debating, will be performing. So that's like an actual event that's happening. And
That's in Torun, right?
No, Prague.
Oh, this is
Prague
the
Improv
Prague Improv
Extravaganza.
Festival.
And I need to actually find the date. It's, I think, 17th, and this is not my calendar.
People can Google that. But Prague Improv Extravaganza. Catch Nicholas's improv group. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you were also heading to Torun Prague Fest.
Torun,
Poland Festival.
Torun, Poland, yes. But we're not really performing there. We're just doing...
You can just hang out.
We're hanging out, exactly. And Torun is a great festival. Like, I would recommend, if anyone is looking to expand their improv circle, then that's like or their geographical improv region, then that's a really cool place to start.
Nice.
It's a wonderful little town. The Polish improvisers are really welcoming and kind, and as there will still be few international people there, you get a bit of star status just for the fact that you're there, even though, that's kind of nice.
There you go. Live out your improv diva dreams by going to
exactly.
Torun.
Go to Torun.
Yeah. See you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heightening Headlines, Improvising the News. Tune in next week for more.